So when you started, let's go back to kind of, you're starting to lose weight. What steps did you take at that point to start to lose weight, and then also to start to change what you were doing from being a comedian to going into hypnosis?
Well, so and it's funny because you talk about going to going to the doctor scale. So of course, when you're close to 300 pounds, they want to see you pretty often.
Yeah.
We'll see you tomorrow, basically. They want to because they're always, they're trying to motivate you in some way. And I remember the nurse, her name was Timmy, and I kept meaning to send her a thank you note, and I never have. Because here's the thing, she every single time that I went, she would say, "Well, have you been doing exercise?" And I go, "No, but I'm going to this time." And she would go, "Well, have you thought about maybe just doing like a 5-minute walk?" And then I do the same thing that like all my clients do, and go, 5 minutes, that's not going to do anything. And finally, it was a combination of two different books, I think, that helped to kind of kick me over the edge too. Reading Ben Franklin's biography or autobiography, and in the he's got this system. Really, you say it wasn't perfect by any means, but he decided from an early age that he wanted to become more perfect, and basically and develop some really good habits. And he created himself a chart, and he kept track of it. Whenever he basically when he was, if he lied, for instance, or if he overindulged, he would note that. And then also there's a book called The Greatest Secret in the World, by I can't remember his name right now. Very famous guy. Anyway, in this book, it's really about just the momentum, tracking what you do and doing it a little bit at a time. And I said, well, I'm going to try that. So I made myself this chart, and I said, I'm going to do 3 things. I'm going to meditate every day, at least for a minute. I'm going to exercise for 5 minutes, and I'm going to eat at least one fruit or vegetable every day, which is crazy. And so I just started that, and it just sort of started happening. I got to tell you, that first 50 pounds, it was so easy. I didn't even realize how easy it was. It was just all of a sudden I was just thinner. Unfortunately, the rest became difficult. I'm not one of these people that, unfortunately, that it comes off easily. I have to work at it. In fact, if I'm not diligent, in fact, I haven't been diligent lately, and I'm putting some back on. But I've got to really be strict with myself, for it to get really where I want to be. But that first 50, man, it was just easy. It just came right off.
Yeah, it's amazing. By the way, was it Ogmandino that you were thinking of?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
It was.
it's such a common name that
Yes, exactly.
I didn't know it either. I just went and Googled it real quick, but it's
Oh,
such a
did you?
yeah,
Oh,
but
fantastic.
it's such a common name that it's easy to forget. Yeah, Ogmandino. Yeah, because we both know so many people named Og.
Right,
I think I'm going to
exactly.
change my name to Og. It's just, better than Ogre. But
Yeah.
anyway, no, and all that, like I said, Jim, I didn't know it either, so I went out and Googled it real quick. But hey, we need the SEO here. So, but anyway, so yeah, that is the amazing thing that a lot of people don't realize is that sometimes taking those small steps, sometimes taking that first step, just getting started, A
Yes.
is the most important thing, and B
Mhm.
ends up becoming, things just start to snowball. I know I went through the same thing when I lost my weight. It came off so easy that it's like, okay, let's go ahead and keep this rocking and rolling. But then you hit the
Mhm.
plateau, and whether you're talking about
Yeah.
weight loss or talking about other change in your life, I mean, I think everybody hits these plateaus as they go through changes. So when you hit your plateau in weight loss, did you add things to your routine? Did you do anything different to try and stimulate or try and push it further, or what did you do?
I did. Yeah, I went very strict paleo. For people that don't know what paleo is, that's basically where you eat a lot of bacon and try to convince people it's healthy. Um, uh, um, but it's a new joke I'm working on. I hope that works out. But so yeah, I had to be really strict, and so that was basically meat, fat, and vegetables was for quite a while. And I really, but the thing is it became easier. It became Um, it's kind of funny now because I do get the cravings for donuts and things like that right now for some reason. But for a while, I mean, I just didn't care about that stuff. I remember. Well, here's a funny one. When I was for a long time, I remember I ate ice cream pretty much every day, and I remember one of the things that kept me from trying to lose weight was I thought I could never not eat ice cream every day. And honestly, I haven't had ice cream since I can't remember. I don't remember the last time I had ice cream. It's not that big a deal to me. Um, but at first I didn't give it up. That was the thing too, is I didn't give up ice cream. It just sort of went away. But yeah, I bumped it up, man. I was exercising every single day. I was seeing clients at the time, and I was doing push-ups between clients. I was doing some Tai Chi exercises between clients. I mean, just running at lunchtime, even doing Zumba at night. I mean, I was just nuts about it. I'm kind of getting excited. I kind of want to do that again. It was fun. People think that it's, oh my God, you're spending so much time doing that and all this, which I thought at the time and before that too. But it was fun. I was having a great time with it.
And that ends up becoming the key. It is whether it's weight loss or whether it's other changes, and that's really the golden nugget. That is the golden nugget that I want our viewers to take away from this aftermath time, is the fact that as you go through things, do things a little bit at a time, you enjoy them, and they give you more energy, and things just start to snowball. I mean, one of the things I take my clients through is I say, I guarantee I can give anybody in this world, everybody in this world, an hour back every week. I guarantee it. And they go, well, how the heck can you do that? I say, you wake up 5 minutes early and go to bed 5 minutes later. And they're shocked, and it's like, yeah, when you think about it, that's 10 minutes a day, that's 70 minutes a week. You now have an extra hour every week to do something with. There's not a person, unless you are up 24 hours a day, there is not a person in this world that can't implement that specific technique and actually get an extra hour to do something with, during any given day. So this has been great. I've given what I believe are a lot of golden nuggets. Before we wrap up the hero's journey and head into and take a quick break and then head into creating the future with the power of your mind, is there any golden nugget or any learning from your hero's journey that you want to leave our audience with today?
Well, it's the big one, and I have to remind myself all the time because even now, because I've gotten out of the habit of doing as much as I used to do, and so now I'm back to that place. Well, I used to do all this and everything, but you get busy with things, and sometimes things fall off. But just reminding myself and everybody else, I tell you what, that 5 minutes, that 10 minutes that you can gain right there, it can really make a difference. And I know it doesn't seem like it. And I'll tell you, a 5-minute walk isn't going to burn enough calories to do anything. I promise. I know that. I'm not stupid. Scientifically, it's not doing that much. But really, for your mental health, it will. And because 5 minutes becomes 6 minutes, becomes 7 minutes, becomes 10 minutes. And the other thing too is I want to remind people that we're sort of relating this to weight loss, but you mentioned John Maxwell before, and maybe when you're at that kind of level, you're having a great time, but you can have a great time along the way too. When you get that first paid speech, that first paid speaking engagement, that's awesome. When you get your first fan mail or something, all those things would be awesome. So you don't have to be Tony Robbins, John Maxwell, somebody to feel good about yourself. You'll start having a good time long before that. You really will.
Yeah, and that's epic advice. So, folks, we're going to take a short break. We're going to take about a 30-second break. And when we come back, we're going to talk to Jim all about this topic of creating the future with the power of your mind. So stick around, and we'll be right back. To watch the rest of this epic episode now, click on the link below the video. Do it now. You'll be glad you did. Are you still here? What are you waiting for? Watch the rest of this epic episode now by clicking on the link below the video.